Have you ever faced something so impossible that you didn't know whether to trust God or trust your fear? Today's story shows what happens when one simple choice to trust and obey opens the door for a miracle no one saw coming. It happened during one of the most desperate seasons in Israel's history. The nation was gripped by a terrible drought, 3 long years without a drop of rain. Crops died, wells dried up, people whispered fearfully in the streets. And in the middle of all this, God called his prophet Elijah to do something that made absolutely no sense. One day, God told Elijah, "Go and show yourself to King Ahab, and I will send rain." Rain, after 3 years. But Elijah didn't argue. He didn't question. He simply trusted and obeyed. When he reached the king, Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal to a showdown on Mount Carmel. The entire nation came to watch. The false prophets cried out, danced, cut themselves, begged their God to send fire. Nothing happened. Then Elijah quietly stepped forward. He repaired the altar of the Lord, placed the sacrifice on it, and then did something shocking. He poured water over it. In a drought, 3 times. Enough water to fill a trench. People stared at him like he'd gone mad. But Elijah wasn't obeying his fear, he was obeying God. Then he prayed, "Let it be known that you are God, and that I have done all these things at your command." And instantly, fire flashed from heaven. It didn't just burn the offering, it burned the wood, the stones, even the water in the trench. The people fell on their faces crying, "The Lord, He is God." But the story didn't end there. Elijah climbed to the top of Mount Carmel and told his servant, "Go look toward the sea." The servant looked and came back shaking his head. No cloud, no sign of rain. Elijah said, "Go again." 7 times. 6 times the servant saw nothing. 6 times doubt tried to creep in. 6 times it felt like obedience wasn't working. But on the 7th time, the servant whispered, "I see a cloud, as small as a man's hand." That tiny cloud grew darker, wider, and heavier until the sky itself rumbled. Wind roared, thunder echoed, and for the first time in 3 years, rain poured from heaven. The drought ended, not because God needed Elijah's strength, but because Elijah chose to trust and obey. So let me ask you, what impossible drought in your life is God asking you to trust Him through? What step of obedience seems small, strange, or pointless yet might be the very thing that opens the door to your breakthrough? Remember, when you trust and obey, God doesn't just send the rain, He sends it abundantly. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.